I was at the point of my life where I was in a very toxic job. And I saw like the trigger points. I was like, oh wow, if I keep staying here, I'm gonna be miserable. I'm probably gonna drink a lot more. It's not healthy. So I was like, I need it out. But like I couldn't like find the strength to do that, I guess. Just because like, as a woman, I feel like we don't ever like voice our if we voice our opinions, we're being told that we're being too um bitchy, or like we're being, excuse my French, but things like that. So once I met Olivia, what was great was she's just like, you know what, if you see those signs, like that person's a toxic manager, then, get out. And then like in my head, I'm just like, can I do that? Will I be able to do that? How is like my income gonna look like? What's that gonna look like? And then like I finally got the courage to get myself out of there. And then once I got out of there, it was just there was a lot of like hurt that I had to go through, and like my own self identity. But meeting Olivia, it was and the team was so encouraging in the sense that I was able to find out like what my true passions was.
Jenny,
Yeah.
welcome and thank you for your time today and for meeting with us. This whole like bunch of Rockstar interviews that we set up is because we want all the ladies to know that they are not alone, that they may have something in common with your story and they can learn what you did, to overcome all the stuff that happened and then can feel, this is my girl. I'm
Yeah.
going to talk to Jenny and I'm going to
Yeah,
ask her
I
for.
need to connect with her.
So thank you for being here and share with us how was that you came up across with Olivia and how was that journey?
Oh, okay. So I think I first met Olivia about 2 years ago. I can't really say I quite remember how I connected to her. I don't know if it was through like Facebook, or like I must have signed up for something. And then once I heard her speak, I was like, wow, this lady's awesome. And then I became part of back then it was called the Inner Circle. I became part of that. And then she helped me work on different things. I was at the point of my life where I was in a very toxic job. And I saw like the trigger points. I was like, oh wow, if I keep staying here, I'm going to be miserable. I'm probably going to drink a lot more. It's not healthy. So I was like, I need it out. But like I couldn't like find the strength to do that, I guess. Just because like, as a woman, I feel like we don't ever like if we voice our opinions, we're being told that we're being too um bitchy, or like we're being, excuse my French, but things like that. So once I met Olivia, what was great was she's just like, you know what, if you see those signs, like that person's a toxic manager, then, get out. And then like in my head, I'm just like, can I do that? Will I be able to do that? How is like my income gonna look like? What's that gonna look like? And then like I finally got the courage to get myself out of there. And then once I got out of there, it was just there was a lot of like hurt that I had to go through, and like my own self identity. But meeting Olivia, and the team was so encouraging in the sense that I was able to find out like what my true passions was. Why I didn't do well with that manager? Was it just me, or was it also like that manager? I mean, overall, in the end, I had a crappy manager. I'm sure a lot of ladies can relate to me on that. Yeah. So in that sense, having someone that's not like in your back corner cheering you on was the worst. Showed in like my personality, hanging out with friends. I was very like nasty, and I was very nasty towards my boyfriend as well. So that didn't work out too. That was bad. So then once I got myself out of there, pretty much working with the team, I was able to reformat what I wanted to do. And I think that's what I struggled with was I left hospitality, then I started working for a group called iFly. And then like COVID happened. So I was like, oh crap, hospitality groups are like crashing. How do I pivot? What am I good at? And then like it was like pretty much an identity crisis that I was having. I didn't know what I was good at, or like I probably actually really did know it in the end. It was more so like having the Olivia and the team pull it out of me, I think took a little bit, as well as I think like what's the word? The imposter syndrome kind of settled in a lot. So my process, yes, I've known Olivia for 2 years. It probably took a little bit longer than most ladies in the group, where like everyone was like strung on, got their next job right now. I'm currently working on one-on-one with Olivia to get my next dream job and figure that out. So that's been fun. As well as before all that, I was also right now I'm in process, I guess, of being an entrepreneur. I do have like a side gig, I guess you could say. I currently work on crafting cocktail menus for different restaurant groups that I know, slash like like they're my previous bosses that I used to work for. It's just for me, it's more of a hobby. It wasn't something I really was thinking like, oh, I do that as a job, but right now that's like my steady income. Yeah, so I guess that's it. I don't know. I'm like still. I should have wrote something down.
So
pretty juicy. I have many questions.
Okay.
Because
Go
you're a
ahead.
hospitality. You're a hospitality girl, just like me. Like, for how long were you working on hospitality?
So I've worked in hospitality for about 10 and maybe like 12 years, 10 years, something like that.
Yeah.
Give or take. Yeah.
Almost the same like me. And when you were mentioning that, well, everyone has their own time. So, you know, like you're right now, you're here. This is the situation that you are right now. And when you're talking about your passion, like I'm dying to know, like, what is your passion? Like, once you find that inner genius that Olivia is always talking about, because you've been working so many years in hospitality, and I know that can be that's tough. Working in hospitality is tough, and especially like having this identity crisis and knowing what you are going to do and everything. So what did it take, and how did you actually find, you know, that courage and that passion that you had inside to keep moving forward?
Honestly, it has a lot to do with Olivia and the team, and like everyone that was part of the circle. Like I had like a group of cheerleaders that I've never had before. A little side note, I'm not really close with many women just because women just never really liked me, or vice versa. There was always drama. So being part of a group where like the ladies just love me for me, I think that's where I found the courage, and seeing and being inspired by other ladies in the group also. I guess for inner genius, it was always there. I think it was more so like I had to dig a little bit, and then it's like, oh, I thought it was this, but it wasn't that. And then I'm like, oh, I thought it was this. It's not that. And then like I kept digging with Olivia and the team, and I'm just like, oh, this is my inner genius. Great. So yeah.
I can relate totally when you say it about, you know, not having enough like girlfriends because there's a lot of drama. You know, my best friends were always men.
Yeah, same.
You know, because, you know, plain and simple. That's it. You want to say something, say it, you know? And I didn't have so many girlfriends, you know? And when I found this, and I found Eve in another community. We found in another community, you know, it's a worldwide community. And now we are here too. So now I think I speak more with Eve than with anyone else.
True.
And, you know, it's like the last person I talk to when I go to sleep and the first person I talk when I wake up because of the time zones.
Yeah.
But I can totally relate with that, you know, it's a lot of drama. But here in this community, it's not that drama, you know, there are cheerleaders actually. And that's like the funny part and the good part. And I have many people here that have, you know, helped me too in this community. So I can totally relate with that. That's what I was laughing because that happened to me too. And you know, I didn't know that you knew Olivia for so long.
Yeah.
you know, when she started the inner circle. So that community that was evolving, you know,
Mhm.
and now with Empower Society, and now you are in a one-on-one, so you have been like evolving with all like the services and new products that Olivia is bringing. You
Yeah,
did the LinkedIn challenge too.
yeah, several times actually.
How was
So
that experience? Like how was it for you? Like all the connections that you got, and you know the talks with the lady and the empowerment there.
Yeah. So the LinkedIn challenge, I actually absolutely love. Um, every time I do it, it's like I learn something new, or like it's like, oh, I forgot about that. I need to work on that. So in that sense, I
Yeah.
personally like keep doing it, not just for the connections, but also just improving my profile, getting like another look at on my profile other than like my own eyes. Just because I mean, who wants to do their LinkedIn and just see it through their eyes when you can get other opinions from like beautiful women that like know a lot, right? So in that sense, doing the LinkedIn challenge a couple times, I actually love it. And I just like to see the progress of like how I started in the beginning and how much I've grown since then, as well as like, oh crap, I forgot about this. I need to work on that. So in that sense, it's always like a good reminder to constantly check on it, especially as Olivia says, pretty much it's like my information out there to the world. Everyone can see it. So in that sense, I should probably be able to control that rather than just let it die, if that makes sense.
True, true. It's
yeah,
showcasing you 24/7, you know, even when you're sleeping. This is what she says. So if it's there, then it better look good, girl. And it better,
Yeah.
you know, showcase you in the right way. So
Yeah.
yeah.
and now that you said that you have this like side gig, but it's turning more into a steady income, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you started that last year, or you were doing this for for a long
I've
time?
been doing it for a while. It's more so like I didn't really tap into that. I probably have been doing it for at least like 5 years now. But it was more so like it was for fun. A lot of my friend, like one of my friends opened a restaurant. I was like, okay, I can help you. It was just for like, I just did it for free at the first time. Then he's like, oh no, I need your help again. I was like, no, you're gonna pay me this time to do it. And then it just like word of mouth, I guess, kind of like made my recently it's been like booming. So yeah.
Mm. So cocktail menus.
Yeah.
I don't drink, so
I do.
I was like, you're in hospitality. You have to drink. There's no way you don't.
That's why when you also mentioned like it was I was in a toxic work and I was drinking and I could totally relate to that. But yeah, I mean that's cool. So how do you see, because you also mentioned that like probably you can see yourself or that you want to keep moving forward into the entrepreneurship kind of side. So how do you see yourself moving into that world, which is
Um,
something pretty huge?
yeah. So right now I feel that it's not steady enough for me to like tap into 100%. So currently I'm still looking for like a normal 9 to 5 job, I guess. And then I still want to continue doing the side gig. I also am in process of getting my real estate license in New York. So I'm hoping
Oh,
to go that route and then connect the bar menu stuff with that as well. So it's like I have this vision, it's just a matter of executing it. It takes a little bit. Yeah.
hmm. And how you came up with this real estate? It was something that called to your attention.
Hmm,
Uh,
great question. It was kind of weird. So once I left hospitality, a lot of my real estate friends, they kind of kept like poking at me. They're like, so why don't you go into real estate? I was like, why would I want to go into real estate? I didn't really understand it when I was younger, or a couple. Yeah, because they probably asked me like 5 years ago. I was like, yeah, I don't know about that. And then recently, I guess during COVID, I was like, what can I do? What can I study? What can like get me out there kind of thing, as well as like utilize everything that I used in hospitality in a different format. And then I have a few real estate friends in New York right now. So talking with them, like meeting up with them, like here and there, and having coffee, I realized like I was like, wow, I could still do everything I did in hospitality and why I loved hospitality, and then go that route. And also, I like meeting new people. I like interior designing anyways, so it kind of works out. I like looking at houses for fun. So I was like, oh, I didn't even know that. Yeah, so in that sense, I like tapped into it, and then I was like, oh, let me start looking into the process. It took like about a year probably for me to start the process, and I was like, okay, I'm starting it now. And then like I committed, probably it's been like, I started in January, so hopefully my end goal is to get the license by next month.
Nice.
That's
Well,
cool. Non-stop. You're
and
doing plenty of things.
yeah, and as Livia said, have different streams of incomes.
Yeah.
Don't put, all your eggs in the same basket.
Yeah.
And then what we say when we talk about inner genius is that once you found out what's that inner genius, you have so many roads to walk,
Yeah.
to live that inner genius. And it's not just one thing that you are supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's just several, there's endless possibilities once you understand what's that superpower that you have.
Absolutely.
And yeah, so congrats for you. And
Thank you.
you said that it took like longer for you than for other ladies, but maybe you had so many assets that you didn't know like how to combine that.
Yeah. I think not even that. I think I was lazy, to be honest. I'm just being really honest with you.
Cheers to your honesty.
Yeah.
I was really lazy, and I think I was just like, I can push it aside. And then now I'm just like, okay, I need to stop pushing it aside. Yeah.
Did you, when you were in this toxic environment, you got to the point in which you were feeling that you were paying the price for not taking action?
Yeah, absolutely. Even in hospitality, I think I continued staying with the company even though I knew it was bad too. So it was like a trend, I guess. So the hospitality group, I noticed it a long time ago, but I guess I'm very loyal. So in the sense that I'm just like, oh, I'm going to have a manager that's going to want to like grow me, take care of me, etc., get me to that next position, or like take their position and then they go to a different position. But it never really worked out that way. And then my past job, same thing. It was more, it's like I kind of endured it, and then I like saw the red signs because like I dealt with that in my previous job, and then once I saw it at my previous job, I was like, I can't do this. And then I think I contemplated for like, I don't know, a month. It took me a month to be like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah, because that's important, and for everyone that it's watching or going to watch this later, to be aware of those red flags.
Yeah.
And to try to not pay the price.
Absolutely.
That's something that we need to take action on time, so our bodies, or we don't get sick, or all the stuff that happens when you don't listen on time, and then you are paying the price for not listening. So I'm so glad that you found the courage, you left the laziness on the side, and that you are like, working towards, like the big dream. And you are working one-on-one with Olivia, which it's awesome because she's very energetic.
Super.
She's not willing to work with someone that it's going to settle.
Exactly.
So she's always pushing you to, dig deeper, go further, think bigger. And if she feels that you are settling, she's going to call you out.
Yeah,
So
totally true.
so that's a nice thing to have someone on your side
Yeah,
that wants to see you grow and wants to see you shine,
yeah,
and it's not going to let you settle. So um, I'm so happy for you that you know you feel that you finally are like, I'm on the right track.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's awesome. And besides that, like, you also have the community. You know, you have that community of girls that genuinely care about you because we all care, and we are all in there just texting each other, and whenever someone is just dropping their concerns, or whenever they just want to share what's happening with their life, we're all over there, and we are just following up, and that's something that it also give you, like, that push to keep going
yeah,
forward. So
absolutely.
it's
Yeah.
amazing.
So thank you. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for showing up, you know, because it's like you said, maybe it's laziness, maybe it's fear, maybe it's imposter
Yeah,
syndrome, you know. There's a lot of stuff going on in our minds that are preventing us from taking that next step, that it's going to we it's kind of that we know that we need to do something, but we don't know where to start, or we are so afraid to take that step. So
yeah,
like Eve said, that's where the community gets in, and you starting to see other examples of people taking action, and you say, why not me, you know?
Yeah.
I can do
So
it,
that, yeah, that's the cool
exactly.
part. That's a cool part. So, and I think we're going to still see each other in the LinkedIn challenge
Yeah.
because we all love that.
We do. And Jenny, thank you so much again. I cannot wait to see, and like, how you're gonna keep progressing, and how you're gonna keep moving forward, and how those one-on-one calls and the coaching with Olivia is going. I can wait. Please share with
Yeah,
us.
and we know who to call when we have our next bring your own beverage party.
I'm actually
Yeah.
currently thinking of a cocktail. I've been slacking. I need to send Olivia one, which reminds
Please send me the recipe. I would love to give it a try
me.
in
You should let me know what you drink and then I'll make one. I actually owe Olivia one first.
Yeah, with
Olivia loves
Olivia is
tequila.
something with
Olivia
tequila.
loves
Yeah,
she
Of
loves
course.
tequila. She's the tequila queen.
yeah.
But I'll make sure to send you, to DM you. We'll have
Okay,
some
sounds good.
private conversations, you and me.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I'm wondering why Eve is not willing to say this in public. So I'm a little bit concerned with that DM conversation, but
And we're
whatever.
just going to talk about SOPs and these kind of things from hospitality. No worries.
Okay. Yeah,
Thank you so
I'll let
much.
you talk.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Thank
Jenny.
you, Jenny.
Thank you so much for
Uh,
having me.
and please keep us posted with everything
Yeah,
happening with
Absolutely.
you, and for all the ladies out there,
Yeah.
just a reminder, with your story, that things can happen. Each one of us have our own time. We can definitely overcome that imposter syndrome, and we can shine like you're shining right now with that smile.